Bryce Canyon National Park. I'll be camping for several days, going hiking, doing some camp cooking, so come along and join me. Bryce Canyon has two campgrounds. One is the Sunset Campground, which is where I will be staying. I'm going to get my campsite all set up, then I'm going to go and explore the park before dark. Currently, there is a ban on campfires. As you can see in the distance, there's a huge wildfire raging across both Colorado and Utah. Just a short distance from the Sunset Campground is Sunset Point on the other side of the main road. So let's go for a short hike. Bryce Canyon National Park is home to famous sandstone fins, hoodoos, and spires, and has an interconnected network of trails that can be easily accessed from the Rim Trail. The 6 best hikes in the park are Bryce Canyon's Fairyland Loop, which is the trail that I explored on my last day here in the park. This is a strenuous 8-mile loop trail. Then the Mossy Cave Trail, which is actually located off of Utah 12, 0.8 of a mile. Then the Navajo Loop Trail, a 1.3-mile loop trail. One of the more easily accessible hiking trails is the Bryce Canyon Queen's Garden Trail, a 1.8-mile loop trail. And then there is the Rim Trail, which is where I will begin on my first day in the park and starting at Sunset Point. The Rim Trail is a 5.5-mile one-way trail and connects the scenic overlooks from Fairy Point to Bryce Point. The 0.5-mile paved section connects Sunset Point to Sunrise Point. Alright, we're here at the trailhead for the Navajo Loop Trail. We're here, which you can access the trailhead at Sunset Point. It's 1.3 miles round trip. And then you can get beautiful views of Wall Street, the 2 bridges, and Thor's Hammer. So it was really windy yesterday and the temperatures have cooled down a bit. So I'm walking down the path, and the beginning of the path is paved. And it's got a hand railing because it is quite steep. And we'll look over the edge, you can see the trail. So it's got a real strong downhill, which you're gonna have to climb back up. So I'm gonna just go as far as I can, be mindful of my limits. It isn't quite as hot as the day before, which was about 86 degrees. Today it's about 71. Here you can see people walking the trail. It's a narrow, sandy trail that has lots of switchbacks, and right to the right you can see Thor's Hammer. So this gives you a view of what the beginning of the trail looks like, and then there's a sharp U-turn here and you descend into the canyon. So I believe that the Navajo Loop Trail is the most popular trail in the park. It connects to the Queen's Garden Trail when hikers descend the canyon through switchbacks, and at the junction, I can choose to go left to Queen's Garden or go right and climb up and out of the canyon via the Wall Street Loop Trail, which is what I end up choosing. I will wind my way through narrow walls of limestone, past hoodoos, and through an archway. The trail will take about 2 hours, and I am prepared with plenty of water, my hat and sunscreen, and a positive and open mind to this beautiful and unique experience. Along the way, I meet a lovely young lady who, as it turns out, is from the same state that I am from, and not too far from me. Truly, the world can seem small sometimes. Choice. I can go to the right, and that'll lead me to Wall Street. And there's the trail. So, walking down that first little part, you come to a junction and you can turn right or left. And if you go right, it leads you to Wall Street, the Wall Street Trail. Or if you go left, it will lead you to the two bridges with a view of Thor's Hammer. So, I really want to do both, but first I'm going to go check out the two bridges section of the trail. Really grateful there's a little breeze today and it's not as hot as yesterday. It's much better for hiking. It's probably about 71, and the trail, it's not that crowded. I mean, there are lots of people, but it's not super crowded. All right, I'm gonna continue down towards Two Bridges. Wonderment and excitement around every corner, the sense of discovery and the beauty of the hoodoos and the rocks. So right behind me you can see Thor's Hammer. It's really a beautiful mystical place, Bryce Canyon. I wish you guys could see this. You know, this is our beautiful America. Come on out and explore. At this junction, I say au revoir to my hiking buddy as she continues on to Queen's Garden Trail, and I go left to the Wall Street Loop section. Right, so we came to the junction. We have already hiked downhill the Navajo Loop Trail, 0.6 of a mile. You make a right turn. There's actually 3 different ways you can go here. You can take a hoodoo trail going down, 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 or you can connect to the Queen's Trail, which I already did that yesterday. Or you turn right and you go back up the trail, which is the Navajo Loop Wall Street Trail. So this will take us back to Sunset Point, and it's 0.7 of a mile, which will equal to 1.3. So Here we go. Back up. So the trail starts to narrow here and starts to ascend right when you get up to that balanced rock, the mini balanced rock. So the best advice I can give you while hiking out here in Bryce is to avoid extreme heat, keep hydrated, but not just with water, with electrolytes. Check this out. This is like a little mini fort in here. See the little trees and the tree branches? Ooh. I don't know if I can fit. Let's see, maybe. Alright, I made it through that little tunnel, a little fort made out of branches. That's very cool. There's lots of places to sit, lots of opportunities to sit. Benches and logs. Surprises around every corner. Right, here's where the trail climbs up a series of steps. So it's a good 10 degrees cooler in this little tunnel of steps because it's shady. The Wall Street Trail. Back to the top. All right, this is the juncture. All right, made it back up the Wall Street portion of the loop. This is where we had a choice where we could either go right or left, and almost at the top. Yay, success! The sun begins to lighten around 5:30 a.m. and I am up early to head on over to Sunrise Point to watch the sunrise around 6 and then hike a short ways for the beautiful views before making breakfast at camp. So let's go. I'll walk down a short ways along the Queen's Trail, which is most likely the easiest trail here in Bryce Canyon, and it's a 1.8 mile round trip trail and drops about 450 feet, which will lead you to the Queen Victoria Hoodoo. The views of the amphitheater are all encompassing and stunning, especially in the early morning light. This trail will connect to the Navajo Loop Trail. This time of day is very peaceful as there were not many people out. Bryce Canyon is not a typical canyon that has been carved and formed by a river, but rather it's a huge plateau edge escarpment that consists of giant natural amphitheaters. These amphitheaters have been carved into the eastern edge of the Pensacola Plateau by natural forces such as rain, snow, wind, and frost wedging. These geologic wonders have been formed by the combination of headward erosion, where small creeks and the weather aid in creating this erosion pattern backwards into the plateau wall. Time to head on back to camp to make breakfast. So for breakfast, I'm going to make some pancakes with blueberries, fresh fruit, and a cup of hot tea. Next up, hike along the Rim Trail and several scenic viewpoints like Inspiration Point and Bryce Point. Let's go! So from up here from Bryce Point, you can get spectacular views of the entire canyon all around. So, what makes the vibrant hues of color in Bryce Canyon so distinct? Well, it is mainly caused by oxidation of trace minerals in the limestone rock. Red, oranges, yellows, and the buff white are created by the iron oxides, that's the rust color, and by oxidized manganese, which creates the blues and the purples. All right, so I'm here at Inspiration Point. Gonna go for a short hike. It's along the Rim Trail from Inspiration Point to Sunset Point. It would be 0.7 of a mile. And when you look out over the canyon, you can see Silent City, the cathedral, the wall of windows, and Wall Street. So let's go for a hike. So looking at the map, here we are right here. Inspiration Point, 8,100 feet elevation. When we look out, we can see the Peekaboo Loop Trail through here. If we go down the Rim Trail a little, we can look out over Wall Street. This is the Navajo Loop Trail. There's Thor's Hammer. I have a picture of that. This is Queen's Garden Trail, which I hiked a little bit of Queen's Garden Trail. I went probably 0.9 of a mile. I went to here, turned around and went back this morning. So from here, we see views at Inspiration Point, and this is along the rim trail. Look at the beautiful colors. Some believe that the formations were deposited as much as 50 million years ago from the ancient fresh water of Lake Claron. Fed by rivers, streams, and creeks, the minerals and sediments created the layers that we now see. This is known as the Claron Formation, the limestone, siltstone, and sandstone elements. Those amazing hoodoos, which look like fanciful forms like Queen Victoria or Thor's hammer, were formed by a three-step process of weathering and erosion, combined along with the deposits of sediments and the uplift of its land, producing a maze and wonderment here at the Colorado Plateau. Along with the frost wedging and erosion, the geologic formations known as the hoodoos seem like a sculptor had a hand in their formation. Those vertical walls are called fins, and after millions of years, the fins erode into windows, and then they collapse into those spires. All right, so just walking along the rim trail. You know, there's no railing. You gotta watch your step. Really high up here. Okay, so right now, I'm up at Bryce Point. Here, you can access two different trails. Both of them are strenuous. One is called the Peekaboo Trail, which is 5.5 miles round trip. The other is called the Hat Shop Trail, which is 4 miles round trip. On the Hat Shop, you're gonna ascend 1,380 feet. And Peekaboo Trail, the ascent will be 1,560 feet. So looking at the map, here's Bryce Point. This is where we parked. We're at 8296 feet. Go over this way to the right, and you'll go down the Peekaboo Trail. Go here left, this is the Peekaboo Loop Trail, and if you go right, that leads to the Hat Shop Trail, which is also called Under the Rim Trail. Right, so I'm going to walk down this steep hill, which is graded. This is the Peekaboo Trail, connecting trail. There's a little level spot down here at the end where we can get some really beautiful views. This trail leads to the Bryce Point trailhead, and this goes into the backcountry. There's several, I think 3 or 4 different backcountry campgrounds for the backpackers. This looks down Bryce Point Trail, just keeps going down into the forest. All right, so I'm gonna go back to the trail, the top of the trail, and I'll head down the trail a little bit and we'll get some more views. see the edge of the escarpment here where it changes, the topography changes, and then you see the Dixie Forest. Okay, so looking at the map here, we passed the visitor center, and then I came down this road, and I'm at Fairyland Point, 7,758 feet. From here, there's a Fairyland Loop trail, which is one of the longer trails, very long trail, connects to the Rim Trail and comes back. So the Fairyland Trail is 8 miles round trip. It's very strenuous, one of the more difficult trails here in the park. And the total ascent that you'll have to make coming back is 1,900 feet, or 579 meters. The Southern Paiute once walked these trails during the warm season to hunt and gather around 1200 AD here on the high Penobscot Plateau. Before them, the ancient Fremont and Anasazi, or ancestral Pueblan, occupied the surrounding areas of the high plateau. According to Indian folklore, a legend was born about the place of hoodoos, known to them as Ankaku Wasawits, meaning red painted faces. This legend says the geologic structures called hoodoos were called the evil legend people, who were transformed into stone by the coyote spirits for wrongdoings. The legend people were called Towena Ungwa. Now I walk these paths, knowing with every step where the American natives once walked, leaving their stories and spirits among the stone spirits. Now my spirit is touched with awe, amazement, and gratitude. So it's very, very breezy. I walked only for a short while, just to get some photos and some images on the Fairyland Loop Trail. It's one of the more difficult, strenuous trails in the park. So my trip here to Bryce Canyon National Park is actually coming to an end. So I'd like to thank everyone who has stuck it through to the end of the video and watched. Thank you so much. I'm very appreciative. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so, and go to my channel and check out some of my playlists. Bye all, until the next adventure. I'm gonna walk down this under the hat, under the trail.